to you and yours, and many blessings and joy. And thought I'll just get on here live and share some of my studies today about the magic word. And you might hear a little bit of noise in the background, maybe not since I'm using my microphone, but family, man, celebrating and just and wrapping gifts at the last minute and video games over here, my little one. But I really wanted to share this knowledge with you and hopefully shift your vibration as well and also give you some type of insight. Just going live here. So let me share a little bit about the magic word. And this comes from teachings of Earl Nightingale, extremely powerful and life changing material. And of course, if anything speaks to you, just reach out to me, drop a comment, subscribe. I appreciate the every subscribe I ever had. It's a smaller channel and we're building, so thanks for the support. Much love and appreciate y'all. Also, there's something else I was going to say. My call link, you want to schedule a call and you want to make some big shifts for next year and really adapt this material, just set up a call with me. I'd love to meet you and see if I can help you with this. So, what is the magic word and what is all that about, right? So, I'll just read here and just add a few tips. He says, "Hello, this is Earl Nightingale, and I'd like to tell you about the magic word. The experts call it the most important word as far as the results we get from life are concerned, in this or any other language. Wow. And the magic word is attitude. All right. Excuse me. So, attitude is defined as the position or bearing as indicating action, feeling, or mood. And it is our actions, feelings, or moods which determine the actions, feelings, and moods of others towards us, and which control, to a surprising extent, our success or failure. Wow. So, basically, how we act and feel determines the actions and feelings of others towards us. So, how are you feeling towards others and acting towards others, right? So, everything kind of mirrors who you are. And this is good knowledge to just be aware of in the moment. So, here is where we have the first opportunity to add some real heat to this powerful program. So, this is a mentorship program I help people with. And he says, consider this: you live simultaneously on three planes. Number one, you are a spiritual being. Really think about that. You are a spiritual being. Number two, you have a marvelous mind. And number three, you live in a physical body. All right. So remember, number one, you're spiritual, which is non physical, right? We're just, I'll show my daughter the journey of snowflakes. And they kind of start in a non physical sense if you really think about it. If you really think about snowflakes, anything, right? This is why they say everything's created twice, once in the unseen, which is in your mind's eye or in your imagination, and then in the seen. So every goal, every result, everything you want to achieve starts where you don't see it with your eyes. So that's why you have to get clarity in your mind. And then we have intellectual. So this is where ideas are built, right? We have an intellect. We have a beautiful mind. It's primarily conscious and subconscious, but in your conscious mind, that's where your dreams are built. That's where you see yourself and where you're going in your life. So really think about that. And number three, physical, basically things and results. So everything starts in the unseen and it goes to and through you to the seen, which is amazing, right? So Earl explained that attitude is our position or bearing as indicating action, feeling, or mood. So think of what he said. Attitude is action, feeling, or mood, right? That would indicate attitude is expressed by both your mind and your body. So action is basically the body movement, right? And the body is an instrument of the mind. So basically, attitude is your thoughts and your feelings and your actions, and they all work together. And you notice, like when someone said, "Oh, they have a bad attitude," it's usually because they're thinking negative thoughts or limiting thoughts. So having negative limiting thoughts basically create the vibrational state, even on a molecular level. And that's why you're attracting certain things or even feel a certain way. It always follows your thoughts. So he says, now we think in pictures. or images. We certainly have an image of our body, right? We know what we look like. I'm looking at myself in the camera. I'm kind of here at the dining room table with my hair down, but, we do not have one of our mind. So we don't know what our mind looks like. Most people believe the mind is the brain, and it's okay because I thought that too. But the mind is actually activity, it's movement. So no one has ever seen the mind, and where there is no image, there is confusion. Really think about that. If you can't see something, it's difficult to comprehend. It's confusing, right? So the image is what brings order to the mind. And I remember, Bob, sharing a lot. Order of the mind is heaven's first law. Order of the mind. And I was like, wow, what does that mean? This is having clarity on who you are and who you're becoming, right? It's so important. So he says, where there's no image, there is confusion. So let's hopefully let this kind of help you out today and give you some type of clarity on who you are. And hey, yeah, happy holidays, everybody. Appreciate you. Welcome to this live. I see everyone hopping in. Yeah, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, many blessings, everyone. So let this kind of help you out here. He said, "Oh, I love this." He says the image is what brings order to our mind. So you want clarity on what your mind really is and what it creates and the power of it, right? All of us are human beings, right? And he says this is why Solomon said, "Where there's no vision, the people will perish." So really think about that. What is your vision for 2026? Right? Where do you want to go? What do you really want? What do you want to create? What do you want to achieve? Because without a vision, we're lost. And he talks about a vision, an image of the mind, and I'll share that shortly here. Thank you. I appreciate that. Appreciate the compliments. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Love spirit, love God, love yourself as well. You got to love yourself. And actually, that's one of my affirmations. I say, I love myself and I respect myself. And doing that shifts everything, right? So let's continue. It was after years of serious study that I stumbled upon this beautiful truth. Without an image of the mind, your understanding of attitude will very likely be distorted. That is key, right? So if you don't know what the mind looks like, it's difficult to understand what attitude is, right? So listen to this. Hey, appreciate that. Thank you, Nathan. Appreciate that. Thanks for the support. I appreciate it. And there's a lot of hate out there. What's interesting? I'll talk on that too. The mind, since we're talking about the mind, um, we have the conscious and subconscious. Do I have my stick person? Because I'm traveling right now. Here we go. Speaking of image of the mind, I'll spoil it. Look at this right here. Look at this. So at the top, this is your conscious mind. This is your subconscious, right? And then here's your body. And these are sensory factors. You can see, hear, smell, taste, and touch. So up here in the conscious mind, you can accept or reject any thoughts. This was so powerful to understand. And this allowed me to do what I'm doing because there's a lot of negativity out there where people will criticize or they just don't understand or they talk down on other people or just horrible comments. If you don't realize you can reject any negative thoughts that come to your mind, it was a game changer for me. Subconscious only accepts, right? So I wanted to share the image of the mind to give you an idea. And, if this is really helping you, just reach out to me. I always love helping people basically become more, be more, do more, have more. This is why we desire things because we want to grow, right? So thank you, Nathan. I appreciate that. So let's continue. Um, However, that does not mean you will not be okay. It was after years of serious study that I stumbled upon this beautiful truth. Without an image of the mind, your understanding of attitude will very likely be distorted. However, that does not mean you will not be successful in life. You could have a great attitude and become highly successful. So think about that. Yeah. Merry Christmas. You can have a great attitude and be highly successful and not know any of this. right? And what that's called, it's unconscious competent. So essentially, you're abiding by law. You have a great attitude, great vibration, and you're attracting great things in your life and success in your life, right? So, oh, that's cool. Add a Q&A sticker. Breakfast for dinner. What? Let's try this. Oh, I don't know why it went away. I was gonna do a question. This is cool. I didn't know you can do that. So anyway, maybe I'll play with that another time. So let's continue here. You could have a great attitude and become highly successful, yet not understand exactly what attitude is and how it has affected your success in your life. So, a person in this position is frequently referred to as an unconscious competent. So, when this is the case, a person's success would be non transferable. So, what that means is since their success has its foundation in their attitude, and since they do not have a clear understanding of what attitude really is, they would be unable to explain their cause of success to another person, possibly even loved ones. Situations like this are not uncommon. So, really think about that. There's so many successful people in the world that are unconscious competence. They don't know why they're winning or why they're rich or attracting great things in their life, and they can't transfer it to anyone else. So, there's a lot of unconscious competent people out there. Um, but it doesn't mean it's a bad thing, right? So, um, before we help you in forming an image of the mind, let's continue with Earl Nightingale's description of the magic word. Um, yeah, okay. So let's continue here. It is then our attitude toward life which will determine life's attitude towards us. So this is basically what I was sharing. Everything is a reflection. The outside is a reflection of the inside. So now, what does this mean exactly? Everything operates on the law of cause and effect. Now we're talking about universal laws, all right? So a lot of people are big fans of law of attraction. The law of cause and effect is one of the seven main universal laws, right? So listen to this. Everything we say or do will cause some effect. Everything we say or do will cause some effect. So me being here on camera, this is a cause. Inspiration told me just get on YouTube and talk about your studies, right? So really think about that. That's so cool. So now we're charged with producing causes. Now we're charged with producing causes. So you are the cause of your life, right? What are you doing to provide value or to provide impact or to provide some type of service, right? So the effects or the rewards of our actions will always take care of themselves. And this reminds me of something Bob always shared. He said, a lot of people expect the heat without adding the wood. And he was talking about a fireplace. So when you add more wood, you're getting more heat. It's a great way to look at it, right? So really see your life that way. And what's interesting, not a lot of people understand this, is as you're giving in one source, the universe or spirit or God gives you in different ways. Like there's different channels that you receive. Spirit just wants to reflect what you're doing. It mirrors you, right? And let's say you're helping this one person, but you'll receive from another channel. There's infinite channels to receive. Don't ever think that it's limited. It's unlimited. So he says, everything we say or do will cause some effect. Now we're charged with producing causes. The effects or the rewards of our actions will always take care of themselves. So don't worry about it coming. It's coming. It has to. It's by law. So that's why I say success. Oh, I underline this part. Success can be guaranteed and will come to us every time if we live in a certain way. See, I know what the certain way is because I do Coach's Corner. For all of you that watch this, go to the replays. We've been going through Science of Getting Rich every chapter, and we talk in depth about what the certain way is. And living that way is an abundant living. Trust me. So he says, good attitude, good results. Fair attitude, fair results. Bad attitude, you will have bad results. All right. So that kind of gives you an idea of what vibration is, or attitude. Attitude is basically your vibrational state. And he says Earl Nightingale explained everything. Oh, man, I'll end on this because I'm past my 15-minute mark. I can always share this. So Earl explained everything operates on the law of cause and effect. Think about that. Everything. You, me, your family, your siblings, your uncle, your father, your mother, your brother, your sister, your cousins, your second cousins, your dog, your cat, your fish. Everything operates on the law of cause and effect. That was correct. However, we're going to expand on that. Wow. So I'll stop there. And I really hope this was helpful for you. And Merry Christmas, happy holidays. Celebrate, with family, let all of this sink in, let it sink in. Use this material. Of course, you want big goals, you have big goals, and you feel stuck and you want more out of life. Schedule a call with me. I really want to meet you and want to help you with this material. And even if, you may not understand all of this, subscribe. It'll click eventually. Subscribe to the channel. It's not only supporting me, you're supporting your future self, actually. Many blessings, much love, and much success. Certified Coach Jamel here, founder of Believe in the Unseen Consultant, trained and mentored by Bob Proctor, the legend. And have a wonderful holiday. Thank you, everyone.